do does not exist. What my God cannot do does not exist. My name is Ada. I am testifying from Germany. I am that woman that God showed mercy. Elroi came through for me. About 7 to 8 years ago, my then 5-year-old daughter developed nose bleeding. So I thought it was the normal nose bleeding that was only for me to be seeing something I've not seen before. This girl bleeds. She'll bleed through her nostrils and her mouth. She bleeds up until 30 or more minutes until we call an ambulance. When she start bleeding in the school, they try. If it's not stopping, they will call an ambulance. In the bus, if it's not stopping, the bus driver will stop and call an ambulance. This thing kept happening. She will bleed in the daytime and in the night. Then her younger brother, my first son, joined her after 2 years, and it's the same procedure. They bleed in the daytime and bleed in the nighttime. Started seeking for solution. I've taken them to the doctors, taken them to the ENT doctors, and diagnosis came out, and they were referred to bigger laboratories. And last year, the diagnosis came out that my son has hemorrhagic diastasis, factor 13 deficiency, recurrent epistasis. My daughter has a general non-specific restriction of plasma hemostasis and recurrent epistasis. So I was explained further that my daughter has a very slim and tiny vein in her nostrils, which any little thing triggers it, the vein will pop open and she will bleed, and it's exactly what is happening, because anything when she's bleeding, it will be splashing like something caught the vein actually. So we are told that if she's an adult, they could do a minor surgery to correct it, but since she's a child, we should make sure that the nostril is moist all the time. They give us a tablet in order to insert into the nostrils during bleeding, and when she start bleeding, the tablet or whatsoever, they never help. Then the bleeding will push the tablet out. So this kept happening, Then for my son, they said his own case is worse than that of his sisters because he has a rare bleeding disorder. This factor 13 disorder, factor 13 deficiency, is a rare bleeding disorder that is very, very dangerous to health, and it's life-threatening. So they gave me a paper I should give to the teachers, I should give to the school and every organization he visits, and they should have a copy that each time the nose bleeding starts, we should call an ambulance, and once they arrive, we should give them the paper so that they know what to do immediately, as it is life-threatening. So I kept the paper, planning to give it to them the upper week. Then 2 days later, on the 19th of November 2023, their own word came, and pastor mentioned factor numeral 8 deficiency be reversed.
I see it written in front of me. Factor, elevation. Then I'm seeing the numeral 8. I'm seeing the numeral 8. And I'm seeing deficiency. Whatever this means, by the power that raised Jesus from the dead, I announce, let it be reversed. Let it be reversed.
I keyed into it. I know it was my own word, even though they were having factor numeral 13 deficiency, but I know it's mine. So I claimed it and I started praying with it. And then something happened. The next week, I didn't have to give the paper to any of the organization, as I noticed that he never bled since that very 19th of November, even up until today. My son never bled. And then I started praying with that very word of prophecy, and my daughters, who bleeds more often but has a less case according to them, she don't bleed again, because hers, she bleeds at any little thing, sneezing, any little thing triggers. Sometimes she doesn't have to sneeze, she can just sit down and then the blood will just be dripping out of her nostrils. So I'm here to return all the glory back to Elroi, to the God that sees me. I say thank you, God. And to you, Pastor Jerry, may the oil of God on your life never run dry. May you wake up each new day with new strength. May God bless you and your crew immensely.
My God way, God way. This my God way. You are too much.